Castes in India by Babasaheb Ambedkar, Part 19. I will first take up the psychological interpretation. The question we have to answer in this connection is why did these subdivisions or classes, if you please, industrial, religious, or otherwise, become self enclosed or endogamous? My answer is because the Brahmins were so. Endogamy or the closed door system was a fashion in the Hindu society, and as it had originated from the Brahmin caste, it was wholeheartedly imitated by all these non Brahmin subdivisions or classes, who in their turn became endogamous castes. It is the infection of imitation that caught all these subdivisions on their onward march of differentiation and has turned them into castes. The propensity to imitate is a deep seated one in the human mind and need not be deemed an inadequate explanation for the formation of the various castes in India. It is so deep seated that Walter Bagehot argues that we must not think of imitation as voluntary or even conscious. On the contrary, it has its seat mainly in very obscure parts of the mind, whose notions, so far from being consciously produced, are hardly felt to exist, so far from being conceived beforehand, or not even felt at the time. The main seat of the imitative part of our nature is our belief, and the causes predisposing us to believe this or disinclining us to believe that are among the obscurest parts of our nature. But as to the inhibitive nature of credulity, there can be no doubt. This propensity to imitate has been made the subject of a scientific study by Gabriel Tarde, who lays down three laws of imitation. One of his three laws is that imitation flows from the higher to the low, or to quote his own words, given the opportunity, a nobility will always and everywhere imitate its leaders, its king or its sovereign, and the people likewise, given the opportunity, its nobility. Another of Tarde's laws of imitation is that the extent or intensity of imitation varies inversely in proportion to distance. Or, in his own words, the thing that is most imitated is the most superior one of those that are nearest. In fact, the influence of the model's example is efficacious inversely to its distance as well as directly to its superiority. Distance is understood here in its sociological meaning. However distance in space a stranger may be, he is close by from this point of view if we have numerous and daily relations with him, and if we have every facility to satisfy a desire to imitate him. This law of the imitation of the nearest, of the least distant, explains the gradual and consecutive character of the spread of an example that has been set by the higher social ranks. The end.